Confused, Scratch It or Live It. Author Thamzini-1. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. Dedication. Author Thamzini-2. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. If you're not striving to be number one, you may as well as quit now. Agree with everyone you talk to for a single day. Creating a community is about starting conversations. Let people have final words all the time. Quit telling people that they are wrong all the time. People believe what they see, not what they hear, so show them, don't tell them. Earning money is all about satisfying the wants and needs of others. Suggest things, don't command. No one likes to be told what to do. Every time you make a choice, it is either positive or negative. People will always act according to your attitude. If you don't have something positive to say, then go away until you do. Start with a why but know how. Treat people like big babies. Fix whatever the problem is, or else you're not driving any more life-wise. Think like a drug dealer, every day see what works best and produce good stuff all the time. A friend once said to me, if people give people advice, they are just talking about themselves in the past. In other words, this book is for me, you, and everyone else, whoever you are and whatever you do. Let's get started. Author Thamzini-3. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. Contents. Number 1. We are all thieves. Number 2. Do what you love. Number 3. Bless everything. Number 4. Connected to everything. Number 5. Do one thing. Number 6. Simple money steps. Number 7. How to live longer. Number 8. Be as if then faking it. Number 9. Relationships. Number 10. Don't fear the unknown. Author Thamzini-4. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. Hashtag We Are All Thieves. Author Thamzini-5. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. Nothing is completely original. Everything is stolen or remixed or a mashup from one or more previous ideas. It's right there in the Bible, there is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:9. So that makes us thieves because we copy, steal, and paste things into our lives. Select to steal only those things that directly speak to your soul. If you do this, your work, and theft, will be authentic. See something worth stealing? Put it in the swipe file. Need a little inspiration? Open up the swipe file, start copying what you love. Copy, 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 copy. At the end of the copy you will find yourself. Those who do not want to imitate anything, produce nothing. First, figure out who to copy. Second, you have to figure out what to copy. You don't just steal from one of your heroes, you steal from all of them. If you have one person you're influenced by, everyone will say you're the next whoever. But if you rip off 100 people, everyone will say you're so original. Write the kind of story you like best, write the story you want to read. The same principle applies to your life and your career. Author Thamzini-6. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. Draw the art you want to see, start the business you want to run, play the music you want to hear, write the books you want to read, build the products you want to use, do the work you want to see done. Take your time to mess around. Get lost. Wonder. You never know where it's going to lead. If you have 2 or 3 real passions, don't feel like you have to pick and choose between them. Keep all your passions in your life. It's not that people are mean or cruel, they're just busy. The more open you are about sharing your passions, the closer people will feel closer to your work. Telling yourself you have all the time in the world, all the money in the world, all the colors in the palette, anything you want, that mentality really kills your creativity. The reason why success comes easily and naturally for one, while another struggles, is due to one person thinking the way that he wants to and another thinking against himself. Author Thamzini-7. Confused, Scratch It or Live It. You know, people who think too much about their own nonsense end up ignoring life around them, so get inspired, steal, copy, see what resonates with you. Human beings have invented millions of ways to suffer, invent million ways of enjoy you every minute, every day, every time. Your life energies constantly want to expand and become infinite, they do not know any other goal. What will happen to me? The answer is, whatever you create will happen to you, but don't wait for it to happen to you. Make it happen the way you want it. Give up on the guesswork. Decide what you're going to do this week, not this year. Working without a plan may seem scary, but blindly following a plan that has no relationship with reality is even scarier. Grow slowly and see what feels right. Don't be insecure about aiming to be small in what you do, whether it's big or small. Be proud. You just need an idea, a touch of confidence, and a push to get started. What you do is your legacy. Don't sit around and wait for someone else to make the change you want to see. If you're going to do something that matters. Author Thamzini-8 Confused, scratch it or live it. If you're solving someone else's problem, you're constantly stabbing in the dark. When you solve your own problem, the light comes on. You know exactly what the right answer is. What you do is what matters, not what you think, say, or plan. Less is a good thing. So before you sing the not enough blues, see how far you can get with what you have. You don't have to live with a decision forever. If you make a mistake, you can correct it later. It doesn't matter how much you plan, you'll still get some stuff wrong anyway. You have to understand why something works or why something is the way it is. When you just copy and paste, you miss that. When you spend time worrying about someone else, you can't spend that time improving yourself. Start getting into the habit of saying no even to many of your best ideas. People and situations change. You can't be everything to everyone, be everything to you. Author Thamzini-9 Confused, scratch it or live it. So pay attention to today and worry about later when it gets there. Live in the moment. Stop regretting the past and fearing the future. Today is all you have. If you complain you already lost, no one gives a hoot. There is no finish line in life, only the next objective. Your body is always following your mind, start investing in your mind. Every goal you have begins as a picture in your mind. And anything you don't like about yourself or your life can be changed by changing your mental pictures. Also, never forget. Even forgiveness is a mental picture. You don't succeed in anything unless you have fun doing it. 92% of what you worry about never happens. Don't worry, be happy. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. If you do what you love, there is no retiring in anything. If you do, it's giving up. Use technology to improve productivity, not waste time. Author Thamzini, 10 Confused, scratch it or live it. Make sure your actions mirror what you expect to receive. Prosperity is your birthright and you hold the key to more abundance in every area of your life. That's why it's easy to copy, steal, and imitate anyone. People want to justify their past, so they look for new opportunities. They don't want improvement. Are you thinking about what you really want, or are you settling for what you think you can get? Let go of the rule "you will be happy if you have such and such." You can only live according to the best rules you give yourself. Question what they say you cannot do and what you think you want to do. Question yourself all the time. Look for signs where you can improve and take that as your wake-up call. It's super fun to work in the future and always be leaning towards the future. Never ever lean away from it, because future will win. Keep up with it. We have a tendency to be like everyone around us. If you are afraid to learn from your mistakes, you will more than likely keep repeating them over and over. Author Thamzini, 11 Confused, scratch it or live it again. Get it for yourself. Stop being so weak and be dependent all the time. Never settle for one style. Let go of this need to control people or everything. All of man's troubles come from not knowing how to sit still alone in a room. It can be a lot less costly to learn from others' mistakes and successes. Patience is better than strength. Experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him. #Do what you love. Author Thamzini, 12, Confused, scratch it or live it. Planning a menu for a year is boring. Get your new menu out, serving what you stole or copied, and getting feedback while doing it so you can see what's good and what's not. Failure knocks at your door when you. Author Thamzini, 13 Confused, scratch it or live it. Multitask. If you aim at nothing, you will hit nothing all the time. More people talk themselves into failure than they talk themselves into success. Why are you talking yourself out of success every day? A hobby is something that gives but doesn't take. Surround yourself with objects that you love. Tape things up on the wall. Create your own world. You're only going to be as good as the people you surround yourself with. Don't battle with life. You are not anti-life. If you can look at everything lovingly, the whole world becomes beautiful in your experience. Your destiny is your creation. Even now you are creating it unconsciously. Stop regretting about the past nor fearing the future. Today is all you have. The only way to succeed is to have fun in what you are doing. If you are not having fun, you won't succeed. Help others around you at the same time as you help yourself. Get obsessed about good things only. Relax while you work. Happy people are never wicked. No one owes you anything. Go after your own goals. Author Thamzini, 14. Confused, scratch it or live it. Don't think before you act. Act and correct your actions as you go along. This advice may seem radical, yet it is actually the way all servo mechanisms must work. If you are bored, read more to stop bleeding in your boredom. Work wherever and whenever you want, but get your work done all the time. Happiness and peace of mind are not destinations. You don't need anything outside yourself to be happy. Ask yourself every day what you would love to do. Don't focus on not having enough, focus only on having more than enough. Focus more on what you appreciate more about the person and not complaints. When you focus on strengths, you will get more of them. Your power is in your thoughts, so stay aware of them all the time. Use what you have, do what you can. Be a good listener than a good talker. If you fear the future, automatically you stop moving forward. Every story is about a journey towards pleasure or away from pain. Get anyone to believe one thing. If you make them to believe more than one thing, it won't work. People remember the last things you said, and if it's of no value, no one will consider it. Author Thamzini, 15. Confused, scratch it or live it. Love is always a choice. You must believe in what you can achieve, only then will you see it happen. Break free from average mindset. Don't dwell on what ifs, excuses, let fear fail. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Invest in people who bring the best in you. Be stubborn on your vision so it won't be easy to give up. If you are not pursuing your dreams, you are fueling your limitations. To live a long time, you need to do 3 things: exercise to stay healthy, eat well, and spend time with people. Take the time you need to get the knowledge you need. Change starts with you, but it doesn't start until you do. Your goal in life must be to always move higher and higher up the food chain. Your lack of resources can be an advantage, forcing you to do more. Consistency is an illusion anyway. Each passing day brings changes within you. Be who you are and not be sorry about it. Author Thamzini, 16. Confused, scratch it or live it. Let people learn who you are, then let them watch you develop into who you want to become. Every platform is worth some investment. If you are really talented, smart, funny, or creative, you will win. If you do what everybody else is doing, nobody's going to listen. Your relationships with others should be based on what they actually do, rather than what you believe they may be thinking. You're not beaten by being knocked down. You're only beaten if you stay down. If you want to get to any place in life, you've got to take action. People remember who they see and forget who they don't see. Control your thoughts, and you will control your actions. Never let someone pressure you into making a decision. Don't wait to be happy, and don't worry about failure. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. If you don't have a vision and clarity on the destination you want to reach, you'll simply never get there. Author Thamzini, 17. Confused, scratch it or live it. #bless everything. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You Author Thamzini, 18. Confused, scratch it or live it. Don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. A soul generated by love. There is good in everything happening now. Bless your body, bless your life, bless your soul, Bless your future as well as your past, bless the challenges in your life, and bless the intelligence within you that is giving you life. Finish by giving thanks for a new life before it has been made. Everyone is important, treat them with importance. Your life is not independent of the universe. If you do manage to get a good thing going, keep it going. Good things don't come around that often. People love it when you give your secrets away, and sometimes, if you're smart about it, they'll reward you by buying the things you're selling. Awareness is not something that you do. Awareness is aliveness. Awareness is what you are. Smile, have a cheerful attitude always. Beauty is more than skin deep. Forget the mistakes and errors. Allow nothing to bother you. There is no destiny nor fate. Do your gratitude for the things you want every day. Learn to trust your inner author. Thamzini, 19. Confused, scratch it or live it. Wisdom, even if the whole world says you're wrong. Be your own boss. Be calm all the time. The way to get started is start doing. Honest communication builds trust and encourages further dialogue. Love everything you can. More things to love will come. Praising and blessing dissolves all negativity. Instead of focusing on the world's problems, give your attention and energy to trust, love, abundance, education, and peace. Your current thoughts are creating your future life, and your feelings are your greatest tool to help you create your life. Whatever we think about and are thankful about, we bring about. The daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which your wealth will come to you. You must not be afraid of your uniqueness, and you must care less and less what people think of you. Understand, it is not only what you do that must have flow, but also how you do things. It is your strategies. We succeed when we are the best in the world at what we do. Love your family. Work super hard. Live your passion. Success and happiness are not matters of chance but choice. Start investing in experiences and start being happier. Knowledge is an excellent way to author. Thamzini, 20. Confused, scratch it or live it. Gain a powerful belief and free yourself from limiting beliefs. Think solutions, not problems, and change your story, change your life. Author Thamzini, 21, Confused, scratch it or live it. Hashtag connected to everything. Author Thamzini, 22. Confused, scratch it or live it. Your thoughts are the primary cause of everything. Beware of your thoughts. Be a deeper thinker always. Think, visualize, and analysis. Look neither forward nor backward beyond a 24-hour cycle. In fact, no relationships should be taken for granted. Culture changes, and business has to change with it or die. Don't force life to work the way you want. Follow the rules. The law of attraction, which is what you think about, you bring about. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Nothing is good or bad in the world except in the way we represent it to ourselves. It's how we choose to put meaning on events. The meaning is whatever you choose to focus on. You are the master to your life. The universe is answering to your commands through law of attraction. You will understand why your negative thoughts about someone else will return to harm only you. We are one, connected to everyone and everything. If you're not feeling well, don't talk about it unless you want more of it, and if you listen to people talk about their illnesses, you add more energy to their illness. Author Thamzini, 23. Confused, scratch it or live it. Anything we focus on, we do create. You want to become aware of how you're feeling, and get in tune with how you're feeling, because it is the fastest way for you to know what you're thinking. The universe is a mirror, and the law of attraction is mirroring back to you your dominant thoughts. Stop talking about what you want, start seeing other people's viewpoint. As soon as you hear about something, any kind of news, you give it a meaning. You decide if it's an end or a beginning, a blessing or a curse. Whichever meaning we decide controls what we feel, and out of our feelings come all of our actions. Never stay trapped into the known. It's your past. People will do anything for those who encourage their dreams. Get early results by working for free. Identify a clever way to make other people's lives better. That's the idea. Focus on serving people. Be aware of what you focus on. Don't delay anything. There is no someday, and it will never come. Nothing happens by chance or accident. Actively plan your future and visualize it. Since business deals depend on relationships, you must learn to read the other people involved in any deal you author Thamzini, 24 confused, scratch it or live it consider. If you get a bad feeling from them, walk away. If you get a good feeling, proceed. Treat your business relationships like friendships or potential friendship. Attract what you need by decreasing its importance. Every relationship should have a lot of fun. It's important to associate with the people you would like to be. Plant seeds and wait and people get to self-select. A human being is equipped to live his life in a most miraculous way, if only he is in touch with that source of creation within himself. The body never lies to you, learn to trust the body. Whatever happens to this planet happens to you, because in your physical body, you are nothing more than the planet. If you try to avoid death, you will end up avoiding life. You are connected to all things. Your body is just a loan from this planet. What you call death is just Mother Earth reclaiming the loan that she offered to you. If one wants to progress on the spiritual path, it is always best to mix all aspects of life. Brainstorm what you need versus what you want. Surround yourself with good friends. Friends are the best medicine. Author Thamzini, 25 confused, scratch it or live it. When you don't know what you believe in, everything becomes an argument. Everything is debatable. But when you stand for something, decisions are obvious. The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. So long as you live, keep learning how to live. Follow those things you enjoy, and get away from things or change those you dislike. The greatest danger we face, it's the mind going soft. Everyone in the world is governed by self-interest. You are essentially free to move beyond any limits others have set for you, to recreate yourself as thoroughly as you wish. Some of us, however, lie to ourselves more than to others. We should care desperately about everything, yet not care at all what anyone else thinks. If you're going to quit, quit before you start. We fail when we get distracted by tasks we don't have the guts to quiet. No pain, no gain exercising your brain muscle. Commitment is a personal thing, no commitment equals no results. People believe what they see, not what they hear. So show them, don't tell. Author Thamzini, 26 confused, scratch it or live it them. Stay away from the people who tell you to stop working so hard and suggest that you should relax and take it easy. Become a master of the clock, not a slave to it. So you see, you can get anything you want if you just ask enough people. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. What you put out is what you get back. Don't overthink things, because you'll never do anything. You don't have to add time to your day to learn new habits, you just have to replace the old habits. Author Thamzini, 27, confused, scratch it or live it. #do one thing. Author Thamzini, 28, confused, scratch it or live it. Walk slowly and you'll go far. Be one chapter ahead and be an expert in that one thing you love doing. Get obsessed about good things only. Focus your eyes on one ball. Take that risk always. There is one kind of selling you must never do, and that is sell yourself short. Pin your brain for the unknown future. The only thing I can assure you of is this: the unknown has never let me down. Your job is you, period. Never criticize anybody ever. The law of attraction does not judge, it gives you what you focus on. Every person sell and cash flow is king. Do your very best and be on point. Never be competitive, focus on your own energy. Engineer success in everything you do. One thing about reading is you can learn so much. Reading is key. Choose a life of service and adventure. Only this body needs to be protected, nothing else in you needs protection. Grow slow and see what feels right. Do less than your competitors to beat them. Don't worry about doing research. Just search. Stop waiting for other people to make the changes you desire. Get good at asking. Never be afraid to die. Because you're born to die. Focus intensely on reality. Have no plan B. Keep. Author Thamzini, 29 Confused, scratch it or live it, your head down like an ox with a plow, be patient, be methodical. Quit the wrong stuff, stick with the right stuff. Do not worry about the results because you can't control them. Price is not the problem, you are your own problem. Don't compete, own and dominate your sector. Events don't shape our lives. Give love without requiring anything in return. The secret to selling is ask, ask. See, nobody gets to the top alone. Treat people like big babies, silence is golden. Author Thamzini, 30, Confused, scratch it or live it. #Simple Money Steps. Author Thamzini, 31 Confused, scratch it or live it. If things are going to change, then you have to change. This isn't rocket science. 2 ways to be money smart. 1. Say no to credit cards. 2. Write it down. Make a budget. Give every dollar a name to see which direction it goes. Would recommend using cash because it hurts more to let it go. Separate your checking and savings accounts. If you want to learn about success, listen to someone who has succeeded. First, accumulate a certain amount of cash as an emergency fund. Then begin intensely getting rid of all debt. After the credit debt is taken care of, work to build the emergency fund up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. Now start putting 15% of your income into retirement funds. Then save for your kids' college expenses, and then go to work on paying off the house. Author Thamzini, 32 Confused, scratch it or live it. Once that is finished, investing is very easy to do. You don't drown by falling in the water, you drown by staying there. List all your debts from smallest to largest. Pay off your past, and invest in a financially peaceful future. Even by paying the bills on time, you are not beating the system. You are falling for a lie. Visa debit cards suggestible, use them for travel and the occasional convenience of ordering something over the internet or phone. Other than that, try using cash. You do not build wealth with credit cards. Use common sense. Maturity doesn't come with age, it comes with acceptance of responsibility. You cannot afford to lose money. Stay away from 0% interest financing no matter where it is. The truth is that you cannot borrow your way out of debt. One of your main goals in your life should be to pass a legacy down to your children and grandchildren. Author Thamzini, 33 Confused, scratch it or live it. Start teaching your kids about money. As an engagement gift, you could go through financial course together with your spouse. Do not marry someone who loves their money more than they love you. Those bills will become your joint responsibility once you are married and not a minute earlier. Number 1 reason for divorce is because of disputes about money. You are a team. Work together. You and your spouse should keep your personal finances in one account, paying and spending everything together. Talking before either of you acts will help you make better decisions, build unity in your marriage, and help return the peace and trust to your relationship. For your own good, for the good of your family and your future, grow a backbone. When something is wrong, stand up and say it is wrong, and don't back down. Losing money is not fun. You must have food, keep the lights on, make sure that the car is running, and pay the rent. Don't you dare pay anyone anything until you take care of those 4 basic things. Author Thamzini, 34 Confused, scratch it or live it. I do not encourage you to borrow. You want children, not debt. Give your children money for things that they do, like chores. This will help them realize the value of money and work. This is smart. Allowance spoils a kid, commission helps a child. Make good chores for earning commission. If you aim at nothing, you will hit it all the time. Budget is just spending your money on purpose and with intention, and budget is telling your money where to go, instead of wondering where it went. You don't need any joint property or joint bills until you've said your vows. One thing that can steal your hope is dwelling on the failures of the past. What is the one thing you would do first if the money became available? Number the list accordingly. Then, follow it. My first principle when it comes to investing is not to mess with investing until you've completed your first baby steps. Author Thamzini, 35 Confused, Scratch it or live it. The second major principle is this: never invest in anything you don't understand. If you don't save, you will always live in debt. Normal is broke, be weird. We do make enough to save money, we just aren't willing to quit spoiling ourselves with our little projects or pleasures to have enough left to save. The secret to saving is focused emotion. Study and read while you pile up cash, and then buy your first property at a serious bargain. If you are willing to leave money alone for more than 5 years, then you can begin investing. Great place to put money is in real estate if you can do it without going into debt. One way to do this is by making a list of what is important to each of you, listing from most important to least important. Compare your list so that both of you have your priorities included. Brainstorm what you need versus what you want. It is not smart to cash out your 401k. Remember this: if you own stock in a company. Author Thamzini, 36 Confused, Scratch it or live it. You are owning part of the company, not funding their business. Do I get student loans to pay for college? No. Graduate walks across the platform with debt before getting that first job. Work part-time if you need the money. Patience is better than strength. Don't make your future hostage to student loans. Education is important, but it is not the only way to survive in this world. Money is like manure: if you leave it in a pile, it stinks, but if you spread it around, it does a lot of good. Save, spend, and give. My big 3 principles. Remember, no one has ever become poor by giving. The Bible also tells us to be good managers of our money. So technical borrowing money is wrong. The person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, and is nothing. Types of insurance you need: 1 health insurance, 2 auto insurance, 3 life insurance, 4 disability insurance, 5 long-term car insurance, 6 homeowners or renters insurance. Author Thamzini, 37 Confused, Scratch it or live it. Don't buy life insurance for your child, it's a rip-off. The average person playing the lottery spends a lot in a month. That same amount used in a month represents over $1 million in retirement if invested over a working lifetime. The best way to get rich quick is to get rich slow. It's never too late. If you waited to start saving, you'll just have to be that much more intense about saving and investing. Get a will. You need a will even if you don't have any assets. Lay it out step by step what to do should anything happen to you. Find any estate attorney, even a minor will do. If you can't pay cash, you can't afford it. Cars drop over 40% in value in the first 2 years. Report says that leasing a vehicle is one of the biggest rip-offs for the consumer. Leasing stinks. Only buy a new car if you're filthy rich. More people talk themselves into failure than talk themselves into success. Author Thamzini, 38 Confused, Scratch it or live it. I do not suggest that you purchase a home until you have an emergency fund and are debt-free apart from your home. Recommended that you don't buy a house in your first year of marriage. Spend that time renting and building equity in your relationship before you undertake the additional responsibility of a house. If you're thinking of buying a home with your boyfriend or girlfriend, don't do it. You should never buy homes with people you are not married to. The best mortgage is the 100% down plan. No payments, no interest. Money is not the goal, it consumes as if we don't have it, and it consumes time and energy. Earning money is all about satisfying the wants and need for others. If you are going to win, you are going to have to be illogical. Play around the calculator every day how you will make your next million. The problem with most people, they don't think you can use the skills you have right now to create a passive income. Stop comparing your results to the results of others. Without purpose, you have no clear direction. Author Thamzini, 39 Confused, Scratch it or live it. Topics to find out about: debt elimination, retirement, college funding for children, automobile replacement, special travel plans, paying for presents, home saving for large ticket items, vacation home, major remodeling on home, financial freedom, developing your own business, charitable giving goals. Realize you earn income by providing value, not doing time. Self-employment also allows you to diversify into other areas or sectors, so that if one income stream slows or disappears, there are others that remain unaffected. Self-employment does not mean added stress. People are always looking for status, whether it author Thamzini, 40 confused, scratch it or live it will increasing or decrease their status. Your smile is a messenger of your goodwill. Success isn't owned. It's leased. And rent is due every day. Every day you have to earn the right to be successful. Hashtag how to live longer. Author Thamzini, 41, confused, scratch it or live it. Don't ask your doctor, don't ask your nutritionist, don't ask your teachers or anybody. Ask the body what kind of food it is most comfortable with. Let the body decide how much it should eat today, not you. Intuition is your author Thamzini, 42 confused, scratch it or live it. Sixth sense, use it wisely. The truth is not always in the appearance of things. Rule your life from within. Regular exercise will not only improve your health, it will help you think more clearly, boost creativity and manage the relentless stress that seems to dominate our days. The way to keep young is to keep your faith young. Keep your self-confidence young. Keep your hopes young. Keep your fingers busy, you'll live to see 100. Talking each day with the people you love, that's the secret to a long life. Slow down, and relax. You live much longer if you're not in a hurry. Don't worry about the outcome, it will come naturally. Happiness is in the doing, not in the result. Your mind and your body keep both busy always. Motivation is not permanent, but neither is bathing or eating. If you eat and bath every day, you'll live longer and smell better in the process. The people who live longest are not the ones who do the most exercise, but rather the ones who move the most. The keys to longevity are diet, exercise, finding a purpose in life. Live today as best as you can. Never let them see you sweat. Once you learn how to die, you learn how to. Author Thamzini, 43 confused, scratch it or live it. Live. You don't need anything outside yourself to be happy. Never use the word I or myself. Put people first when doing something. Be in a relationship with yourself. Don't set your goals far in advance, put them closer. Everything is energy. Careful what you tap into energy-wise. You are energy. To enjoy more time, money, freedom, start adding value and loving what you do. I am my thoughts all the time. You must not wait, for the time will never be just right. You have to learn all the time and keep learning to keep inventing. There is so much stuff that has yet to be invented. If we want to get better at reaching a state of flow, meditation is an excellent antidote to our smartphones and their notifications constantly clamoring for our attention. Practice having a smile on your face always. Spending quiet time with yourself solely for the purpose of thinking and meditating. Everything we think and feel is framed by words which never really quite express reality. For every action you take, there is a result that follows. Beliefs are nothing more than a result of what you have thought about for a while and have bought into it. Remember that. People always second guess themselves and live in the past. Never second guess ever. Author Thamzini, 44 confused, scratch it or live it. Impressing others will never make you happy. Impressing yourself will. Did you know that if you exercise for 6 months straight that you'll exercise the rest of your life? Success sucks when you're unhealthy. Drinking water upon waking up starts your metabolism, and after sleeping all night your body needs it. What you believe is more important than what anyone will ever tell you. Fix whatever the problem is, or else you're not driving anymore life-wise. How old would you be if you didn't know the date you were born and there weren't no calendar to semi-depress you once a year? Ever heard of people getting depressed because of a calendar date? Never allow yourself to feel sorry for yourself. Meditation is the only way you know more about yourself, got deeper to know your inner self. We force ourselves into something that makes everybody else happy but doesn't feed our soul. Stay active, don't retire. Those who give up the things they love doing and do well lose their purpose in life. Author Thamzini, 45 confused, scratch it or live it. Hashtag be as if then faking it. Author Thamzini, 46, confused, Scratch it or live it. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. You can either worry, or tie your shoe to succeed. Do not be afraid of making mistakes, or of temporary failures. All the impossible you hear are just opinions to you. Focus on directing your attention to what is good and useful and ignoring the rest. Thoughts and feelings go. Author Thamzini, 47. Confused, scratch it or live it, together. Feelings are the soil that thoughts and ideas grow in. No matter what happens, tell yourself you can handle it, or can see it through, rather than to hope nothing happens. Talk about yourself less and listen more, because everyone is more than 100% interested in themselves. Start self-analysis, self-education to improve your ability to make decisions. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Identify a clever way to make other people's live better. That's the idea. Get analytical all the time. We put meaning on every event in life. Threats fail and nagging fails. Can tell you this: you can't solve a problem by not working on it. The ego drives us to keep doing the same unproductive things. Your inside controls the outside. Keep this in mind, too. Your audience wants you to succeed. Don't cook yourself in your own juices of fear, insecurity, and harsh self-criticism. Be a mistake maker, but also, more importantly, a mistake breaker. You must control your imagination, strengthen your self-image. Author Thamzini, 48. Confused, scratch it or live it. Prosperity is your birthright, and you hold the key to more abundance in every area of your life. The key is your thoughts. Make your actions mirror what you expect to receive. One way to master your mind is to learn to quiet your mind. Your feelings are your frequency feedback mechanism. Stop fighting the old paradigms and build something new and amazing. Goal is: how many people can I help make money in their life? Be aware of your consciousness and what you tap into every day. Don't chase anything if it's causing the resistance of lack in your life and it becomes a cycle. Stop reacting to everything. Stop. Complete the past and stop repeating the past, and start being you and focusing on you and adding value. Learn, apply, teach. Don't model decision, use the one routine and better it day by day. To be world's oldest man is a right to your legacy. You don't have to understand thousands of businesses. Curiosity will help you identify some uncovered corners of the problems. Better risk it than regretting that you never tried. Don't fear failure, just keep going. The only way to know life is through. Author Thamzini, 49. Confused, scratch it or live it. Involvement. How quickly you want to evolve depends on your own choices. You can play with life whichever way you want, but life cannot leave a single scratch upon you. Think about your favorite work and your creative mentors. What did they miss, or could have been improved upon? If they were still alive, what would they be making today? If all your favorite makers got together and collaborated, what would they make with you leading the crew? Being defensive stops you on focusing ahead. So talk like you really talk. Reveal things that others are unwilling to discuss. Be upfront about your shortcomings. Problems start when you have more people than you need. It could be anywhere: business, work, love, you know. The rest. Being great or genius has nothing to do with it. If you don't need someone, you don't need someone. Our rewards must come from what we do, not what we know. Happiness and success are gifts you give yourself. Work for yourself. Every company in the world was started by someone. If they could do it, you could too. Author Thamzini, 50. Confused, scratch it or live it. There are millions of people in the country and every one of them has needs. Think of what those needs are, then which one you would most enjoy filling. Small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. Great minds talk about ideas. If your answer is yes, think again. Always think of how you can all the time. Quality is never an accident, it is always the result of intelligent effort. Saying things we don't really mean becomes a habit when we practice it long enough. If your priorities don't get scheduled into your planner, other people's priorities will get put into your planner. Begin to see your troubles as blessings, resolve to transform your stumbling blocks into stepping stones and vow to turn your wounds into wisdom. Your relationships with others should be based on what they actually do, rather than what you believe they may be thinking. Forgetting is a skill that you must develop in order to have emotional flow. Big words and promises mean nothing, only actions carry weight. Understand people judge you by appearances, the image you project through your actions, words, and style. The key in life is to always be author Thamzini, 51 confused, scratch it or live it, willing to walk away. Embrace your DNA, be yourself, put out awesome content, and people will be interested in what you have to say. Grab your spot, make your mark, and start living in. Gandhi would have remained a struggling lawyer/clerk and nobody would have heard of him. Anyone with a purpose can make a difference. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. It is not a self-centered strategy. Every time you make a choice, it is either positive or negative. Everyone on this planet is involved in sales. People tend to form opinions, give advice, and pass on myths when they don't actually have any personal experience. Quit thinking that it's up to fate or the gods. It's up to you. The only limits you'll face are those that exist in your imagination. Quit the business you think you're in right now and get into the people business. Doing too much will never fail you, but doing too little always will. Anyone who tell you that you're working too hard is not working hard enough. Don't ever worry about making a mistake. The only mistake you can make is failing to make contact. Every time you author Thamzini, 52 confused, scratch it or live it, find yourself doing something that is not productive, make note of it. People will always act according to your attitude. Success isn't something you pursue, success is something you become. The mind is everything. What we think, we become. You have to be careful what you think you know. Why does your company exist? Why do you get out of bed every morning? And why should anyone care? Look after people and people will look after you. Day in and day out, continue focusing on the positive. Change more on the inside regardless of what the outside looks like. So it's time to stop following the crowd and follow your own heart. #relationships author Thamzini, 53, confused, scratch it or live it. Author Thamzini, 54 confused, scratch it or live it. How do people decide they like each other? They talk, they exchange ideas, they listen to each other, and eventually a relationship is formed. If you don't care, no one will. You must find yourself acceptable to you. Somehow, before a person can change, he must see himself in a new role. Examine and reevaluate your beliefs. Both behavior and feelings spring from belief. Reason with yourself all the time. Stop, think, choose. Don't surrender to information without analyzing it. Take time out of your busy life to invest in yourself, because when you do, you are investing in your future. People buy based on emotions or do things based on emotions. You see, you can have whatever you want in your life, no limits. But there's one catch, you have to feel good all the time. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. If you are going to prove anything, don't let anybody know. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Always give suggestions, not orders. Let go of the need to control. Use encouragement. Always make the fault seem easy to correct. Have a wealthy mind. Author Thamzini, 55 confused, scratch it or live it. Said, you do what you love and make money doing it. Give everything you got every moment, and all you got is right now. Focus on it. Always be more effective. Money goes to people that are adding value, and it's a reflection of your own energy. 2 reasons why you don't achieve. 1, no one has ever made you see what greatness is. 2, nobody knows the path to get there. You are rewarded by the problems you solve in life. Don't worry too much about business you don't understand, keep thoughts and intentions private. We make money when we help customers make purchase decisions. As long as the fear of suffering is constantly playing its role, you will not dare to explore deeper dimensions of life. You realize love is not something that you do, love is the way you are. If your whole strategy is based on leaving, chances are you won't get far in the first place. You need to redefine the rules, not just build something slightly better. Never hire anyone to do a job until you've tried to do it yourself first. Instead of keeping a rejection file, keep a praise file. Don't get lost in past glory, but keep author Thamzini, 56 confused, scratch it or live it around for when you need the lift. It's better to burn out than to fade away. It's better to burn slow and see your grandkids. Your need is to add movement to your day and enjoy the moment and not lose yourselves in worries about the past or the future. Understand, people will constantly attack you in life. One of their main weapons will be to instill in you doubts about yourself, your worth, your abilities, your potential. If you're not going to put in the effort to be your best possible self, why bother? If you're trying to succeed in a job or a relationship or at a task, you're either moving forward, falling behind, or standing still. The meaning we give it is the meaning we get out of it. The more positive meaning we give, the more positive meaning we get. No matter how big you get, every email, every customer, every friend, every single person with whom you come into contact matters and deserves respect and attention. Author Thamzini, 57, confused, scratch it or live it. Hashtag don't fear the unknown. Author Thamzini, 58 confused, scratch it or live it. Start investing your mind into the unknown, then your body will follow you into the unknown always, and then new experiences will take place in your life. You can contract in fear because it's the unknown, or you can surrender and trust because it's the unknown. Your mind is a creative power of all things, so how can they be any lack of anything? You just have to understand a few things related to what you want to learn. We are hoping the outside situation will fix it for us, but these things have to be fixed from within. It does not matter how well you can think, human thought is still petty. Even if you have Einstein's brain working within you, it is still petty because thought cannot be bigger than life. Never be satisfied with what presents itself to your eyes. It is best to be ruthless with ourselves and our patterns. Quit being a student of entrepreneurship and start doing the goddamn work. Quitting creates scarcity, scarcity creates value. Short-term pain has more impact on most people than long-term benefits do. If you are making a decision based on how you feel at that moment, you will probably make the wrong. Author Thamzini, 59 confused, scratch it or live it decision. Everyone should have as many mentors as you want. Pick out their best qualities and implement them into your own life. Problems are not just reserved for the poor. It's not what you get out of life. It's what you become. Whoever has the mind to fight has broken his connection with the universe. The basic difference between an ordinary man and a warrior is that a warrior takes everything as a challenge, while an ordinary man takes everything either as a blessing or a curse. Very simply, never let the phrase "thank you" stand naked and alone. Always make it thank you for something. Never the naked thank you. The purpose of the game here on earth is to remember we are spirits and we are in a game to remember that. Create this new habit of ignoring bad advice and getting good advice. When you smile, your brain says, I thought we were stressed, but maybe we're not, because we're smiling. The person who takes his or her life to the next level has different daily habits than the one who sits back and. Author Thamzini, 60 confused, scratch it or live it simply wishes and hopes for more. We can either focus on what's working in our lives or on what's not working. Marketing and selling yourself ethically is what makes the world go round. The more we open up and become ourselves, the more we bond. And that does nothing but help us get to another level. People most often will buy what they want, not what they need. So be in the relationship business, not the transaction business. Draw the art you want to see, start the business you want to run, play the music you want to hear, write the books you want to read, build the products you want to use, do the work you want to see done. Don't do the same thing every day. Go for a walk, run, ski, swim, bike, do some weights, row a boat, play tennis, or do short sprints. Just get in the habit of doing something different daily. Author Thamzini, 61, confused, scratch it or live it. Hashtag acknowledgement. Author Thamzini, 62 confused, scratch it or live it to my family and close friends and to those that know me around the globe, to the mentors that I look up to and steal ideas or copy from. The thousands of bloggers, artists, hackers who have inspired me over the years. Thank you for helping me make this awesome book. Winking Face author Thamzini, 63, confused, scratch it or live it author Thamzini, 64, confused, scratch it or live it author Thamzini, 65.